more vulnerable share. I've been having a bit of a heavy day. I woke up this morning and for the first time in months, I felt as if my amputation was yesterday, and I felt this like sense of shock and a pit in my stomach and like, what the hell just happened? I haven't felt that in a long time. And so I've been working through those emotions today. And when I do that, I like to be in nature. And it just really helps me to ground myself, to move through the emotions, to get myself out of my mind. And I heard my higher self say, make a video. And my first reaction was to be like, no, I don't want to make a video. I don't have any makeup on. I've been crying. I look like shit. But I think I had an idea of what I wanted this page to be. I wanted it to be motivational and upbeat and positive. And that can all be true, but at the same time, not showing these moments of the sadness and the grief and everything that comes along with it. I wouldn't be my most authentic self, and I wouldn't be representing myself properly if I didn't show these moments. So even though it feels uncomfortable for me to share this, that's what I'm gonna do, because there's no way that anyone who's experienced this doesn't have their low points. I think it's just human nature. I think we all have our low points, no matter what we're going through, no matter what we've lost or what we've gone through. And so I just wanted to give maybe some tips on some of the things that I use to get myself out of these funks, I guess you'll say. Number one is I let myself feel it. So for me, crying is very cathartic. I always feel better after a good cry. So that's what I did today. I am starting to feel better. Number two, like I said, I really like to get in nature, take my sock off, ground into nature, give all the lower vibrational energy to Mother Earth. And I also, another technique that I really love and that has helped me so much is to write and burn. So obviously, if you can't burn safely in your house, do it outside. That's where I do it. Like I have a metal bucket that I burn, but I'm basically just writing everything that I'm feeling, all the thoughts that are coming into my head, all the beliefs that are coming into my head, the complete inner dialogue that's going on, and I burn it. And that just helps to move through the energy. And I find that when I burn it, it kind of dissipates out of my mind. It takes a little bit longer to dissipate out of the body, so it does definitely bring up discomfort. But like I said, I did that about an hour ago, and I'm already starting to feel a little lighter, a little better, a little less heavy. And for me too, I like to notice where in my body I feel the discomfort of the heaviness. So a lot of the time for me, it's in the heart space, so it's like a heaviness, like someone sitting on my chest. And I kind of focus on that area. I might put my hand there and I just breathe into that space and just be present with it. I think today what was really necessary for me was to just be present with the emotions that were arising. My initial reaction is to want to change it, is to want to avoid it, to do something to distract myself. But I catch myself in those loops and I tell myself, okay, no, if you're distracting yourself and avoiding it, it's gonna continue to be there and it's gonna continue to be repressed there, rather than feeling it through and letting it come out, up and out. And so that's what I've been doing today. I think that we all need to give ourselves a little bit of grace when dealing with hardships, and I think it's so important that we're really vulnerable with ourselves, but each other too. And that's always been a little bit of a struggle of mine, to really be vulnerable with not so much the people that I'm super close with, but maybe with people who I don't know so well, or with new people, in this case, the world. And that's how we show strength, that's how we grow, that's how we move through these things. And so I hope that in me being vulnerable with how I'm feeling and the day that I'm having and the feelings that I'm feeling today, maybe someone else out there might feel like they're not so alone, or like they can be vulnerable with someone when they don't necessarily feel comfortable. And I know from experience that I always feel better when I am, and it allows me to drop into my most authentic self and just drop into my heart, which, you know, when we're going through difficult things, it's so easy to disconnect from your heart. I know that I have the tendency to do that. So even in being vulnerable and in sharing this, I feel myself reconnecting with my heart. So I hope that this inspires somebody to share and be vulnerable and let themselves feel what they're feeling, and knowing that it'll pass, knowing that this is just an emotion or a feeling that you're moving through, and knowing that better times are coming, and it's the ebbs and flows. This is the healing process. So thanks for listening.